on top of that, when they suspend me, I have a doctor's appointment that week to do my yearly pap smear. And when I go do my yearly pap smear, they're telling me that my pap smear came back abnormal and they need to do a biopsy. Because there's a possibility the way the cells are shaped, it could be cancerous. Mind you, my mom had cervical cancer where she had to have a whole hysterectomy. My sister ended up having to do the exact same thing. That month was hell for me. I might go to jail. I might not be able to work anywhere. And now you're telling me I might have cancer. What did I do in life? Like, I didn't understand what was going on. I did not understand what was going on. So, as a courtesy, thinking that Gillian was going to be a friend and was going to be like, okay, you know, I'm working enough and I know I make more than you. I'll be able to take care. Because the thing was, I'm on suspension until the investigation was over. And if they found me guilty, I would get press charges. I would be taken to jail and I would get fired. But if I was found not guilty, they was going to do how many the weeks the investigation took, they was going to do back pay. Now, mind you, I already found out about the service center because the girls at the job told me to go do that. So I ended up getting like 2 months rent paid. And then my light bill, I think I only had, they only did like 1 month, or they did like a pass or whatever. Because they wanted to make sure like I got really suspended and all that other stuff. So as a courtesy, I told Gillian at this month was like September, I may not be able to stay here because I don't know how long this investigation is going to take. And I may have a job, I may not have a job. I may have a job or I may not have a job, or they might take me to jail, whatever the case may be. Now, nobody knows about the cancer thing. I only told my mom about it. So I might have to move back to Fort Lauderdale, because if I end up getting fired, I'm going to just go back home. Just like that. And me thinking like she was going to be, that's why sometimes like you got to, not everybody has the same heart as you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, that's when her mom characteristics would show, and then we would just fall. Like, because if it was me and I was making more than you and I knew I could handle the bills, I would have said, I'll handle the bills. Because mind you, she was paying more where she was staying by herself and she still had the same job. So I didn't understand. So I'm thinking that's what she's going to say. She's going to pay like majority of the bills. So whenever whatever happens, then we'll deal with it. Because one, she didn't want to go back to go staying with her mom, because her mom only had a 2-bedroom at that time, I think. And she was going to have to share a room with her mom, or her brother had the other room. Her response to me was like, okay, I'm going to go talk to my mom and see if I could go stay with her. I said, well, god dang. I was like, well, damn. I was like, okay. And that next week, she got all her stuff and she left. That hurt me so bad, because I was like, damn, like you went paying $650 at one place, and $50 to $100 and like you couldn't. I was like, damn, that's real fucked up. But here nor there, I didn't even think about it anymore, because now I need to worry about my situation. I know my rent is paid for these amount of months. Let me just enjoy it, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Investigation goes on for like almost 6 weeks, I think. 6, 7, almost like 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. So a couple of weeks later, because now, like, I'm going to my best friend's house back and forth or whatever, or we come into chill, because like I don't know what's gonna happen. Me still filling out for other places just in case, not getting a call back, all that stuff. So it was like, Khadijah ends up hitting me up. She ends up calling me. She's like, hey, Ludi, I'm gonna, she was like, I don't care. I'll sleep in the living room. I'll sleep in the floor. She's like, can we please come stay with you? Can we please come stay with you? Because of whatever situation, I think she ended up getting DCF called on her because her baby ended up falling on the floor or something like that. And like, yeah, she was just going through her own little thing. So I told her the situation. I said, look, I'm not working right now. I'm suspended. I mean, yeah, you could come stay until the time, like, until, you know, the decision made, but I may not be here. I may go back to Fort Lauderdale. She was like, I will pay all the bills. I will come there and I will pay the rent. I will pay the light bill all the way until they figure out what they're going to do with you. We need a place to stay. I said, what? I was like, I don't even know this girl. I was like, okay. Yeah, come. Yeah, that's fine with me. I was like, I really appreciate it. That means I won't have to go back to Fort Lauderdale. I could stay here. Because Fort Lauderdale was very expensive. I already knew, like, me and my mom under the same roof, we don't get along. We don't get along. Because I'm already, well, not really back then, but at a certain point, yeah, I would go off on my mom. Like, I would be like, yo, like, chill. Like, stop being so critical. Like, because she would always put me down about my weight, too. Like, always put me down about my weight. Or I need to stop eating. I need to, you know, like, I'm going to get to the point where I'm not going to be able to clean myself. Like, she was always, like, negative. And I didn't want to deal with it. But if I had to, I was going to go deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't live down there being a single mom with two kids by myself. So when she offered, I was like, yeah. But I already knew how she was. But I already had told her, like, I have 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? I understand you're going to do your own. But the traffic is not going to be as heavy as it was when you was a Gillen. And she was like, oh, I understand. Then, you know, her son was with the grandparents like every other weekend or every other week or something like that, because sometime I would end up watching him. My best friend would end up watching him. So that way it was. But like I said, Gillen was not lying about how loosely she was with her goose. How she wasn't a clean person. Like, it was just, I'm not gonna even like hold, like, when I'm single, yeah, I'll have laundry, clothes, you know, I'll have dishes, you know, like, well, not dishes, because I was real anal about that. I would stay up until like nighttime, clean the whole kitchen, and but clothes and the kids' toys and stuff like that,